At an abandoned gas station just across the road from where George Floyd was killed in 2020, a group of volunteers hold a morning meeting.
He's got the courtroom, we got the streets here at George Floyd Square.
Marsha Howard, a high school teacher, leads the meeting, as she has done every day for 5 years. The group says they will continue to meet and protest until a list of 24 demands are met.
What we're doing at George Floyd Square is the beginning of something different. We're building the world beyond the world that we live in now, the world beyond traditional policing.
The graphic images of George Floyd's death here at this intersection sparked outrage and protests here in Minneapolis and would go on to reverberate around the world. But Floyd's death also led to a deeper discussion around police reform. A few blocks away are the offices of the Minnesota Spokesman Recorder, the state's oldest black-owned newspaper.
We've been covering police brutality for a long time, before the George Floyd incident. And I think that's the role why we continue to write about these cases, is that we're trying to keep the light on situations that need to not exist and continue to tell the stories and be the voice for the voiceless.
George Floyd! George Floyd! George Floyd!
The nearby police station that was set ablaze following Floyd's death stands empty. Minneapolis entered a federal consent decree with the U.S. Justice Department, agreeing to comprehensive police reforms.
And we banned no-knock warrants. We banned the use of the term excited delirium, which was an excuse for people dying in the presence of, or during encounters with police, things like that. So we're getting there, but it's really chipping away. We need to have, I think, more robust changes, and it'll just take some time.
At the federal level, police reforms have stalled. The George Floyd Justice in Policing Act failed to pass the bipartisan package in the U.S. Senate in 2021. In 2022, former US President Joe Biden signed an executive order to implement as much of the legislation aimed at promoting safe and accountable policing. In January 2025, the Trump administration halted police reforms agreements.
No justice! No justice!
A recent poll by Pew Research found that 72% believe the protests in 2020 did not lead to changes that improved the lives of black people living in the US.
We say no justice, no streets. We took these streets 5 years ago, and we ain't moving until they give us something that looks like justice.
For this community, the anniversary of George Floyd's death provides a time to reflect on the changes that have taken place since then and the journey that still lies ahead. Dan Williams, CGTN, Minneapolis.